Hello, it's Wednesday, May 13th, so it's a wonderful Wednesday and we're doing math columns today. Please make sure you have your first and last name on there. Let's look at our first problem. It says, write the number 476 in expanded form. So we have the number 476 and we have the word expanded. Think of a rubber band and you expand it. You make it longer and bigger. All right, so let's look at the number 476, and we have it labeled with ones, tens, and hundreds. If you notice, when I have the number 4 in the hundreds place, if I were to just write, if I were to not look at the other numbers, but I was just to write 400, the ones and tens place would have zeros. All right, now if I just look at the 7 in the tens place, 7 tens is 70. And if I had 70, I'd have a 0 here, so there'd be a 0 in the ones place. And then 6 ones, there's nothing after it, so a 6 would be in the ones place. All right, so I'd have 400 plus 70 plus 6. Or I could write it going across like they did. 400 plus 70 plus 6 is an expanded form. I stretched out the number. So our answer is 400 plus 70 plus 6. Problem number 2 says find the total area. And we talked about that today in the morning message. Area is the inside, the length times the width. But here we have one of those odd shapes, so we need to divide it so we have two separate rectangles, and then we put them together to find the area. So let's look at that. I've drawn a picture here, and I labeled it just like they had it labeled. I need to put a line in to divide this up. So I'll just put a dotted line right here. When I do that, this 11 here is split up, right? So now I have one rectangle being 9 going this way, the length, and 9 going on the width. So I have a 9 by 9. And that's going to be the inside, length times width. My nines tables, I can do my nines trick. So I put my fingers up and I put the 9th finger down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So this finger's down, everything to the left of it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens and 1 1. So 9 times 9 is 81. So my area here on this inside is 81 square units. Then I'm going to look at this side. I have this rectangle is a 2 by 7 or 7 by 2. And the area flat on the surface here, I'm going to multiply 7 as the length and 2 as the width. So if I have 7 going down and 2 7s, 7 times 2 equals 14. So the area of this flat surface is 14 square units. Now I have to find the total, so I add those together. So 81 is the area for 9 by 9, and 14 is the area for a 7 by 2. 1 plus 4 is 5. 8 plus 1 is 9. So I have 95 square units as my answer. And let's see what they used for units. They have inches. They were using inches. So 95 square inches is my answer. Problem number 3 says, which of the following shaded portions equals 3/4 or 3/4? So the number we're looking at is 3 out of 4 or 3/4, 3/4, all different ways to say it. And then we need to shaded. All right, so look at our pictures. I'm going to have a drawing of what is on the screen. All right. They want us to find 3/4 shaded or 3 out of 4 shaded. Let's look at our first one. We have 1, 2 shaded, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 total. So we have 2/4 shaded or half. 2 is half of 4. You can see half of this is shaded in. This fraction does not match the 3/4, so that cannot be our answer. Let's look at our next one. Shaded, we have 1, 2, 3 shaded. So I'll put a 3 in the numerator or above the fraction bar. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total squares. So we have 3/6 shaded. Again, 3 is half of 6. So here's another half, not 3/4. Let's look at our last one. Our last one, we have 1, 2, 3 shaded out of a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 3/4. So our answer is option 3, 3/4 or 3/4. The last option matches what we had to do, 3/4. And if you can see, 3/4 is bigger than a half. There's more shaded here. 3/4 is your answer. Our last problem says Daquan has 6 quarters. He uses 3 of his quarters to purchase a pack of gum. What fraction of his quarters did he use to purchase the gum? So I've read my problem. Now I have to find the numbers I'm using. I can see 6 and 3. So those are the 2 numbers I need to keep in my head. And then I have to find out what I'm going to do with these. So I get a picture of 6 quarters, and then he uses 3 of them. What fraction of his quarters did he use? So I need a fraction. All my choices are in the form of a fraction, so all of them are a possibility. So let's look at our picture here. I put my 3 and 6 because those are my numbers I'm using. I have 6 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 total quarters, or Daquan has 6 total quarters. He uses 3 of them to buy some gum. All right, so those are gone. So he used 3 out of 6 or 3/6 of his quarters. So 3/6 is the answer. Also, if you notice, 3 is half of 6. They could also have asked or put it as the answer as a half. Either of those are correct, but here they have it just kept as 3/6. They did not simplify it to a half, but he used 3/6 to purchase the gum, and he had 3/6 of his quarters left also. All right, that's the end of our Wednesday math columns. Make sure you submit it. If you want, you can toggle the switch to have the answers sent to you. And then make sure you click that blue done button to submit it to me. All right, and have a wonderful Wednesday.